Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to Oubliettes with Ocelots, episode 14. Should be correct. Did I change it? Did I do it? I think I did it. Episode 14. I will be getting over to do an intro and introduce everybody in just a moment. But before I forget, I'm pretty sure I remember to update the buttons. Did I remember to update the buttons? I did remember to update the buttons, everybody. So there they all are. So you can press those buttons if you want to. Oh, why am I tired? I don't know. We'll get through it. Don't worry. And also a reminder, as I always do, that all the sound alerts and all that kind of stuff will be muted during the stream. That is simply because it would interrupt the flow of things if I didn't do that. So yeah. So hello Nemeth, hello Corny. I hope everyone's doing really good. I will get over to the thing and do the things, and it'll be very good. Maybe. Not this music whilst we're actually playing the game. We're in the forest. We're the mysterious forest. Nah, this'll do. This'll do for now. I might put music on afterwards. Let's go over and see what these fine individuals are up to.
Hello.
Oh right, yeah, I should mute that honestly. Just so everyone in chat now knows, I have Nitro free for a month, so yes.
Hello. It's a me.
It's a me. I mean, it's a redeem on my channel anyway, so. Hello, everyone. It's me.
Hi. It is you.
Hello.
Okay, which order did I do? I don't even remember what last order I did. I'm gonna try random order and take people by surprise. M.
Hi. I'm here. I'm on time. I'm eating pizza.
Ooh.
My character's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna BRB now that I've done my intro because I have to
For fuck's sake. You can't say you're on time if you need to fuck off and do other things before you're ready.
As soon as we start, that's crazy.
You see, that is rules that would apply to
It's
most
a great
people.
bit though.
But it's rules that for some reason M does not feel applies to her.
We're taking baby steps. We're taking baby steps.
We're joined by Gwen.
Oh, hey. I was here the entire time.
Game changer reference.
We're joined by Redox.
Hi, love. How's it going?
We're joined by Nemeth.
Hello.
And we're joined by Wheat. I knew he was going to do a bit. I knew he was going to do a bit.
Bro loves a bit.
I'm back. I love that. That is the best sound effect I've ever got.
It's such a good sound effect.
Can I do mine now?
I've just realized that maybe I should turn down the sound thing a bit. There, the soundboard has been turned down a bit now.
I upload things onto my server at like 30% volume because I'm concerned about that, but clearly it hasn't been enough.
Oh no, like some sounds are just absolutely stupid volumes. It's like like my redeems on my channel. It's 50,
I think you both just made the exact same point.
No, I mean, there's a global setting, but there's also an upload thing. When I put them on the server, I put them at very low volumes. Just so that if someone hasn't thought ahead to turn down their global sounds, I don't deafen somebody. But
anywho, summary time for those that weren't present or those that aren't present.
I thought it was winter.
Unfortunately.
That's true. Well, no, it's not technically winter yet, but it's very close to winter.
Oh.
I wish it was winter.
It'll be winter in 5 days.
Oh, that'd be nice.
I mean, the
Can
weather's
you make it winter here?
in 5 days. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, can you make it winter here in 5 days? Really appreciate that.
So, last time the party made it to Caer Wernrith, which was a fun and enjoyable activity. They took a little bit of time getting through the gates, and then they discovered that there was some sort of enchantment on the gates that would reveal illusions. And instead of doing something about it before, somebody walked through it with an illusion, which was immediately dispelled. And so all the guards saw that the illusion had been dispelled, and then they were very concerned. The captain of the gate took you up to see the Lord Warden. A very long conversation ensued. Also, for anyone who cares, the Lord Warden's name is Athestix. But nobody asked his name, so nobody found out. But I'm telling you what it is.
Yeah, we were never told his name, so
Yeah, I'm not adding it to my
I'm not
notes.
going to write it down because I don't know.
Generally, it's polite to introduce yourself.
Yeah,
You
just started asking us about us.
Yeah, well, you were being a little bit sus. So you, apart from your sus behavior of the illusion, you discussed all manner of things involving Storm, the arrival of archdevils, the intercession of gods, both dwarven and not. You invoked the Archfey the Queen at one point to let them know that that's a thing that's
Oh, yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
And after all of those things, I can't remember who it was, but somebody tried to do a little fib, and then you got caught, and he pointed out that he knew who all of you were anyway, except he didn't know who who Hada was, because there was a
Nobody knows
goblin.
who I am. I'm Batman.
But the rest of you, also Fiend. He didn't know who Fiend was, but as she's the cheese girl, that's fine.
Yeah.
Just as a comment on having watched all that back, I do like how this guy now knows like our entire backstory about all our dealing with these gods and all this shit, but he doesn't know why we're here.
Didn't ask.
I know, but you told him everything
Well,
else.
Oh,
He knows-
he
knows
doesn't.
We're looking for the druids.
Well, yeah, he knows that you're looking for the
yeah,
druids.
by
He doesn't
extension.
know that you're looking for the Mistdrop Mountains.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Misty Mountains.
But
which is why we're here.
the guy on the gate does know that you were looking for the Mistdrop Mountains.
Yeah, we did
Misty
mention it to
Mountains.
someone.
I think it was the guy on the
Misty
gate. I think he knows.
It was definitely the guy on the boat.
Was it the guy on the? Whoa,
Oh,
it might have been the guy on the
might have been the
boat.
guy on the
That's
boat.
true.
I mean, I know I definitely said it to him.
I know
Misty
that
Mountains.
you the whoever has been informed of your need to get the Mistdrop Mountains, it was not the Lord Warden.
Mm-hmm.
So he is none the wiser, and these people, because they are controlled by me, may or may not have forgotten to tell him. So he doesn't have that information. And,
Sometimes some reports take more time than others.
yeah, maybe
Yeah.
he's really bad at filling out his paperwork.
He was doing it the whole time as well, so he is behind.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because that was at the top of the pile of papers, and at the bottom of the pile of papers is the they want to go to the Mistdrop Mountains. By the way, he hadn't got to that one
Yeah,
yet. It was still in the in
Point,
tray.
Yeah. If he had the one from Breath Castle so easily to hand, that was a couple of days ago.
It was like a week ago.
Yeah, that was the one he just got to.
Exactly.
So after your telling of most of the information, but also a lot of information being told in a way that was as suspicious as it could possibly be.
It really was.
I don't
Because-
think it was suspicious now.
Well, no, because you were being coy with things that you didn't need to be coy about, and then open with things that you should have been coy about. So,
Yeah.
like, you
Yeah,
were
gotta
really
keep 'em on
open
their
with the
toes, Hog.
devil.
Go keep them on their toes, Hog.
There's keeping them on their toes, and then there's, yes, confusion for this Lord
Imminent
Warden.
execution.
Yeah, confusion, perfect. That's all I would ever ask out of people.
I don't think that's how you get out of an interrogation, though.
Unless.
No. but it can make things worse, and that's sometimes
It
funny.
kind of worked.
Well,
Eventually.
after this very great conversation with the Lord Warden, you were given, quote, the freedom of the city, because mostly because of Hadda and the Lord Warden not really understanding who you are, but being very, very suspicious of you, considering the fact that everybody else changed species to elf, and there is an unaccounted goblin.
You mean everyone else? Only one person turned into an elf.
That's true.
Well, the way you
Apart
described
from
it
Hada,
is...
only one other person.
No, the way we described it is that one person turned into an elf.
Well, no, because you said about Tora, too.
Did we? I didn't mention. No.
Tora was brought up.
Tora was brought up, but I don't think she was mentioned being turned into an elf.
Yeah, that was mentioned.
Yeah,
Gwen, that was mentioned.
I thought it was.
Who did that?
Because someone came by and said no.
Yeah, because we had the whole great Thod is a great god and everyone should worship Thod. Because no, I don't think so. Yeah, like I said, Gwen, it was a very confusing conversation because you were very, very explicit with some information and very, very, very not explicit with other information, which made it more suspicious.
I don't know. Don't think it was that suspicious.
But anyway, after that, the Lord Warden told you to go and see the Frave, who is the keeper of the temple. Well, is keeper of the Druid Sanctum and also the temple of Ariothne, at the center of the city, his main focal point. You traveled through the city, and it was very, very apparent that you were being watched, not just by the guards, but there was a couple of other people who were interested in your going and comings. And after that, Huh?
They thought I was cool.
Lots of people did think you were cool. Lots of children were clapping.
I know.
Once you got to there, the Freve decided, hey, you guys, from what I've been informed of your, what you have done, you lot are insane. You should go and chat with the world
Not
Root.
wrong. Not wrong at all.
So he encouraged you into the inner heart of the city, where there is a chamber in which part of the world root is exposed to the surface. The world root is part of the world tree, and so it's a little glowing goldy twig, and you all went in there, and everybody had shared visions of what? That's up to you up for you to decide if they were real or they were things that could be, or if they are things that already happened. Who knows? But you were spoken to by 3 strange entities, and they basically told you that you had been marked by fate. Which brings us very, very neatly and nicely onto, I would like everybody to roll me 1d6. As we are rolling fate for the first time ever.
Oh. That's a 6, baby.
And I shall write these down.
Okay.
Well, can we get all of the
I see
numbers?
the pattern here.
Come on, let's keep it going.
But you can't get all the numbers because it's only 5 of you.
What do I
maybe
type
that's
again?
enough.
Just /R1d6.
Any gaps?
After the R and before the 1.
Aww.
Oh, she is here.
I just got back.
Oh, I see. You missed all the intro.
Yeah, I could hear you.
with that, yeah, we now have fates. You have the vision has faded in this room. The Brave is like at the top of the stairs and out of vision. So you can all take a moment now before you go up and chat to the Frave if you want. Or you can all just pop up there and say, hey, what the F was that? Both are acceptable.
I mean, the latter is on my list.
Yeah, I want to pop up there and
But I-
say, what the hell was that?
But I'm happy to say it down here with just the group, too.
Wasn't the guy like waiting in the doorway? Wasn't he like watching us?
Yeah, but so the it's like a big domed chamber, right? And then there's like a spiral staircase that comes down, and he's not in this chamber. He's above the dome, so he's out of vision.
Right. He's out of earshot.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, you don't know how good his ears are. His ears aren't visible.
Oh. Like in general or currently?
Currently, because you can't see him, and they're not that pointy.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Just listening around the
They're
corner,
not,
but
like,
his
poking
ears
around
are
the
so
corner.
pointy, you can see this
You
giant
can
point.
see
Yeah.
them.
These giant
Yeah,
ears
yeah.
going around the corner. It's like spying.
Well, he is blind, so he probably does have very good hearing.
Wait, he was blind?
Yeah, he had
He's
a
blind?
thing over his eyes the whole time.
Oh,
Oh,
I don't remember hearing that.
I don't
Yeah, I
remember
don't
hearing
remember
that.
that either.
He had a cloth over his eyes.
Wow, I can't
Mm.
believe you missed
I
that.
must have missed
part
that.
of-
Cloth,
Oh,
if you
well.
will.
The doorman is
check-
blind, the party is deaf.
Wait, check your notes.
Yeah.
Did you write down that he had a cloth over his eyes, or did I actually genuinely forget to say it?
I didn't write that down, but I didn't write down everything I heard.
I was hoping for a full
You didn't just
script.
transcribe the entire session.
No.
Yeah.
The fuck?
No, I
I
put
thought you were supposed
everything.
to transcribe it.
That last page is
it-
everything I got from the re-listening.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, so yes.
It-
He is not there. You can have a chat if you want to, or you can all pop up.
Ugh.
Well, that was unnerving.
Why did
Ugh.
who were they?
Would you like to make a religion check?
I would love to make a religion check.
Then go ahead.
That would be a 16.
16. With a 16, this group of individuals, a triumvirate of gods, does not match anything you have ever heard of.
Okay.
Perhaps these are some elven gods. Maybe.
Did they look elven?
No, they didn't look human or elven. They just looked vaguely humanoid. So they were kind of featureless. Their heads were like covered with like a hood and stuff, so you couldn't really see their features, or if they had pointy ears and stuff
Right.
like that. It's like that. That's what all their clothes sort of mask the shape of what they would be, but they still look humanoid.
Okay. Did y'all see that as well?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ugh. So here I am
Yes.
fated to deal with this dragon, though. That is. I feel that is above my pay grade.
I mean, the dragon's one thing. Whatever was happening in relation to you was certainly more different and weird and concerning. It's just sort of like looks at the cheese girl. Cheese girl.
Okay, egg girl.
Echo!
Yeah, the guy from around the corner who was listening in says that.
Oh no.
Birds are getting annoying.
In the music.
Well, I hope they were.
Oh, there was. Oh, no, currently this is in music.
Fab.
Well, these visions that we saw, are they is this the future?
I certainly hope not. From what little I know, if this dragon is in a place where I can see the whole thing, we are in big trouble.
Maybe it's all just a warning or something.
I don't know how mine was a warning or anything. It just showed yellow.
Well, I can think of.
It wasn't
I can think
nothing
of
bad that's
how.
happening, nothing good that's happening. It's just status quo.
And she was just kind of there.
Yeah, and then she went, and then it's sad.
That seems bad enough.
Not
Yeah.
not exactly as bad as outwardly bad important as my hometown burning down.
No, but at least you don't have to worry about the vagaries of non-specifics.
That's a great comfort seal.
You should feel good because your vision was really explicit.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
Don't go into
all you need to
counseling.
do to
Well,
all you need to do to deal with your situation is get a load of water. You know, this sounds pretty simple. Then, if a fire does break out in Bright Castle, they are prepared.
Wait, what was
There was
what was the building
soldiers
Breath Castle
burning down
built
the
of?
city of Breath Castle.
Oh, soldiers! Let me add that to my note.
You can
What
throw
was the
water at
buildings
them
in
if you want.
I forgot the
what was the buildings
soldiers.
in
you just throw water at them. They'll stop. They'll be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
Oh,
it will douse their torches, so they won't be able to set fire to it. It's fake.
Yeah, just throw the water at the soldiers. It's fine.
Yeah.
and then the
You know
soldiers
what,
will be
Ken,
like,
actually,
"We couldn't possibly relight our torches with not wet wood. This is impossible."
No, because their only way of lighting their torches was the fire wizard they had with them. Clearly,
So we
Well-
just need a water wizard.
It's more birds.
yeah, we just need a water wizard.
Yeah, because
Well-
fire wizards are weak to water wizards.
They are, yeah.
They're also
Are
weak to ground
not.
wizards.
I heard they're
They're also weak
sorry,
to ground
wizards.
wizards.
Never
super
mind.
effective abilities.
Never mind.
Yeah, I heard about this in that
Okay.
one card game you seem to have.
Well, in that case, Ten, my apologies. It seems you're in exactly the same situation as the rest of us.
Yes.
What was the guy's title again?
The Frave.
The Frave.
Frave.
Like Reeve, but with a foot on it and a different sound in the middle. So not very much like Reeve at all.
Yeah,
Right.
it's the same
It
ending.
just ends the same.
Okay. I'm gonna
No.
go speak to the Frave.
I think
Maybe
it
they
would
know.
probably be best if we all headed that way.
Hmm.
This place, while it didn't before, it's kind of given me the creeps.
Yeah. Wonder why we were shown that.
Obviously, it means that we need to go and see Jala.
I don't think if that is the meaning of that, then it implies the rest of us have to go and see our things.
I'd rather
Let's
never
go
see
and
that
see
again.
all of the things.
Oh no, thank you.
Oh,
I think
perhaps
we'd
your
better
large
avoid
friend.
all of the things we've seen.
Perhaps your large friend just wants someone to rub his chin. Oh, who knows?
Oh,
Or her chin.
And for chat's
To be
clarity,
fair.
that was the dragon, not the dying old man in the chair. Just so everyone's nice and clear. Damn, it wasn't saying to go and rub the old man's chin, but maybe he'd like that too. I don't know.
Oh,
Can we go rub the old man's chin?
Admit it, chat,
No.
you'd like it too.
I was a medic, not a masseuse, but maybe Cecilia's father would like that.
Yeah,
As for the dragon, I don't know.
Somehow that would be the most cursed thing in this campaign, is if you all go to where Cecilia is from and you all take it in turns rubbing her dad's chin. That would definitely be
That
the
would
worst
be
thing that's
so
happened in this
makes
campaign.
it so much
weird.
worse for some reason.
I think-
Be like, Why
That's
are
it.
my friends robbing my dad's chest?
This is very.
No, never mind. Let's forget everything else that we were doing. That's the goal now.
That's the goal of the campaign. Is
Honestly,
to
I prefer it over freeing Jala.
Cecilia, where does your father live?
In the capital, obviously.
I don't know where that is.
Yeah, which is.
Do you know that one,
John?
Em?
That was Lumikindless.
Mhm.
You do remember which one's the capital? Yes, it's Lumikindless.
I pull out my
Oh,
map.
It's not.
Yep.
Come on.
Oh,
It's
that's even further away than where we're going.
it's literally the
Yes.
most northerly
It's the
city.
furthest away one
Yeah, it's the most northerly
Oh, let's
city
not
in
bother.
Ranak.
Yeah.
in the entire continent. God.
Yeah, let's not bother going there. We don't need to go rubbish
Yeah,
in.
that's too
What?
far.
If those visions were true, I'm going to have to go there.
Okay, you can go, but we're going somewhere else. Bye.
I like to think that these visions are not true because then I have a dragon.
Yeah, I prefer
A
that as
bat.
well.
No, that's been no.
I'm leaving.
No.
I walk
No.
out.
Maybe the Frave knows.
Let's go
just-
to the freight before I finish that sentence.
Yes.
Yes. Before we make any too many more wild assumptions,
So
let's do
Maybe they're
that.
not. Maybe they're not a bad dragon.
Evil, I think, actually.
Might be
you
the
head back
terminology.
up the spiral staircase towards the frame. There's a sign on the door that says "No bad dragons." Sorry.
So
I wonder what that
specific.
means. What's this drawing they put on here?
Let's not tell
Okay,
them
there's
about
no
your
illustrations.
vision.
Thank you. So the Frave is standing there. Did you see anything?
Oh boy, did we!
Many
Saw
things.
lots.
Yes.
What do most people see?
Well, most people, when they go into the chamber, they will see things of their past or things of their future, things that matter to them a great deal. The World Root has a way of connecting all of us together, and doesn't really care very much for time. Or whether or not it's actually happened.
So,
Ah,
is that what's going to happen? Or
Could
just
be.
a possibility?
I am not going to interpret what the World Tree chooses to show you, but it chooses to show you things for a reason.
Do you know if anyone has been shown things that didn't happen?
Oh, yes. There have been many people who have seen what the World Tree has to show it, and haven't seen a thing of that in their lives. Although, would say that they prevented it, or perhaps it was never going to happen anyway, and it was simply a warning to keep them on the straight and narrow.
hmm.
Mhm. That sounds like a positive, I suppose.
The World Tree binds us all together. For good or ill.
And what about those three
Speaking
old,
of binding,
well, whatever they were?
has anyone else seen strands coming from them? Being taken by 3 figures up above.
Yes.
It's like they were weaving something out of them.
Well,
Yes.
bless the old
A grand
gods.
tapestry.
You saw them? Well, this is a mighty special day indeed. It has been a long time since the Fates made their presence known.
Is that a good or a bad thing?
I don't know. It's I've never seen it in my life, and I can assure you I've been here quite a long time. But the Fates there recorded, well, they're not even recorded. They're so old. They are said to weave all of our lives together. The world tree is what roots us in this place, and the fates are said to have weaved the first web around the world. Could call it a world wide web.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's very catchy.
I suppose we could.
Hmm.
They called us something.
Oh,
They had a song and it went something like "Fate Bearers."
Yes. It was exactly with those chords in the background.
I think you came up with that yourself afterwards.
No,
Fate
no,
bearers,
that was them.
I haven't
No,
ever.
they said it marks you fate bearers from now
Fate
until the
bearers.
end.
Well, that is quite a heavy burden you placed upon one so young. If fate has specifically marked you out, then you are truly destined for great deeds. Good or ill, I do not know, but fate sees that there is some end to you, that it is important they note it.
Bearers.
Oh,
So,
pardon me.
So, what does all this mean?
I think it means that we are doomed to be important.
Bearers.
It means our adventure's not stopping anytime soon.
I mean, I was
It
born
means
to
we
be
were-
important.
It means we deserve that cheese.
Hmm.
I don't know why, Cecilia, I literally just imagine that like a shampoo advert.
I was born to be important.
I was born to be
I was
important.
born
It's
with it.
worth
Swish, swishes the hair. There's a weird breeze
Mhm.
behind you for some
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah, that's just the moment where I just swish my hair. Say that.
Mm-hmm.
What a strange sequence of events to happen here. There's no way a breeze could get in this tree.
Ah, sorry, I was. I have a spell that can do that. I must have done it by mistake.
It was fate.
That was excellent timing.
Yes,
was
I
fate.
do. I literally have a spell that says you create a harmless sensory effect such as a gentle breeze.
Mm-hmm.
But it was accompanied by the faint odor of skunk. So there you
Oh,
go.
Oh god.
That's how you get the hair to stay perfectly still. That's what they use. Instead of
They
hair
don't use
gel.
piss. They don't use piss. They use skunk spray.
Yeah, they use skunk spray.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone? Do you think anyone's ever tried rubbing? No, never mind. I'm sure somebody has tried rubbing skunk spray in their hair for some reason. Because people can be insane.
100%.
No one here.
Well,
I
if-
mean,
if-
you don't
if
have to
anybody
try.
There's a
Dogs get hit by it all the
No.
time. You can see the effect.
Yep.
Mm.
That was the first 3 months of us living in North America that we got to experience that. That was great.
Mm-hmm. It's also the experience of owning a dog in North America.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you about something about huskies. It doesn't come out.
Doesn't come out of border collies for about 6 months, so you're fine there. And every time they got wet, the smell came back again.
Yeah.
They bared that fate.
Yeah, they did bear that fate.
Wait,
Yeah.
they were fate bearers.
Fate bearers.
You need a
I
guitar. Okay,
also
Hattie, you gotta
have
switch your
prestidigitation.
instrument.
I couldn't
Yeah,
beg
Well,
any
you need,
I'm
more.
all
you need an electric
guitars.
guitar.
Which of my three, or should I get my acoustic from downstairs?
No, it needs to be an electric. I
Yeah.
think it's like an electric power cord. That's what I'm at.
If you do an actual theme song that's like a very cheaply made 80s cartoon style Fate Bearers, you can have a guitar
Or a toy
I'll-
commercial. 'Cause
or a toy.
that's the vibe it gives me.
I'll see what I can come up with in the week.
Hmm.
if I have time.
So, do you have any more
Oh,
questions for
theme
this
song
gentleman?
would be great.
Theme song would be great.
Well, you told us earlier about this Lutiniax, I believe.
Yes. The missing of our triumvirate.
Would it be helpful if we were to see if we can find them?
Well, I mean, it would be most helpful.
Bring them back.
As I said, they're to the north. Are the best directions I can give you, and make sure you try to stick to the paths. You'll see periodically there'll be these little they're sculptures in the tree. You'll know what they look like when you see them. If you follow them, you'll be able to stay on some sort of path. But Lutiniax he had gone past the barrow of the Forgotten Knight, and then the grove with the waystone was about a day further on from the barrow. But we haven't heard of him in a month. So it's possible that he's gone on to find other ones, but that would be the direction that I would begin. The only problem that you have now is, well, the city won't stop for about another week till we've moved much further southeast. Which means that if you leave the city, which we have paths down whilst the city is moving, it won't be where it is now.
Right.
But given that it's a city, we should be able to catch up. It'll just, take more time than when we left, right?
Yeah, and we're bound to find it because we're fake bears.
It's certainly possible, but you should know about the Dwemer world having curious properties with paths not being very easy to follow. I will ask the guard
also-
to leave some statues in the trees as you will be following northwards, and hopefully nothing interferes with them and you're able to find the city again.
One would presume, should we successfully find this other, that they should be able to navigate their way quite easily towards the city.
Oh, yes, if you find Lutiniax, then you have no problems with finding the city.
Yes. I think we should go look for him.
I believe the Lord, what is it?
Warden.
Lord
Oh,
Warden
Lord Warden. Yeah.
might not be currently so happy to see us just leaving.
Ah,
Do you have any way to let us out, maybe?
I think I can help you there, yes. Are you wanting to leave now? Do you have any preparations you need to make before you head off into the forest? It will take you a good week's walking before you even get to where the waystone is. Your supplies?
I have been meaning to find some priests of Jera in my time here. If there are any present before we go, then I may have some news for them. Otherwise, I have nothing.
There is a priest of Jela within our walls, as there are for all the gods. What news do you have for a priest of Jela?
I have been given instruction by the Shreyan Order, of which I am a member, to pass some information on to them should I receive any. I have received, I shall share.
Well, if you need to get supplies, how about we meet back here in 2 hours and I will show you the convenient way out.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
The Temple of Jela, you will find it in the lower level of the city. And then he gives you directions to where it is.
Thank you.
You are most welcome. I know that it is not much comfort, but you should feel something of your accomplishments that fate identifies you as significant. I hope that it is not an untimely death, fate, but
Hmm?
your
me?
importance is noted.
Yes, I had already noted that, to be honest.
Now, why would he bring up our death? Feels a bit
No,
Mm.
I'm
threatening.
more concerned about my father than myself.
I know I'm not the best at supportive statements here, Cecilia, but seeing as there is no time limit on this, before this vision, did you presume your father to be immortal?
Well, no.
Crazy thing to say.
Actually, like
Sorry.
you
Oh my
go to a counselor when you're not feeling well, like you need someone to talk to. You go to Seal when you want to feel worse. That's what
The
Seal's there
worst.
for.
Yeah. Crazy.
No, I
You know he's
I
gonna
mean-
die anyway, right?
I knew it would happen eventually, yes, but
That's old as fuck.
um
Well, then.
I
Well, good.
I,
So,
I,
I'm just saying that you should feel no different after this experience.
I just worry I'll
Mm.
have less time with him than I thought.
Well, Moping's gonna make sure you have even less time. So, I'm headed to the market to escape this awkward conversation.
We can talk more about this when we're on the proverbial road.
Yes, yes. We should get moving.
And not
Okay.
in the city full of elves who don't seem to like us.
So what we're gonna do for this is
Lovely.
anyone who wants to go with Seal to the priest of Jella, we will do that as a thing.
I would like to ditch Hadder.
I'm going.
I'm going.
Okay, well we'll be rolling then to see if you can ditch Hadder. Although Hadder was also
I'm
given
going there
directions,
anyway.
so I don't know how you ditch her.
Only way you ditch me is by not going there.
Yeah. Haha! My master plan. For people who are going to the market, you'll be able to buy all of your basic supplies and stuff like that. So feel free to just knock off the money and get anything that you need.
I don't even know
Thinking
what I would need.
if you don't have tents, if you don't have bedrolls, if you don't have water skins, rations, if you want things like
I mean,
rope.
I think we bought all of that before we left Silcaster, didn't we?
Yes, but I forgot to add it in my stuff. Like, I know I have a tent and a cooking equipment.
Okay,
I
well
need
if you
to
have
add.
all that
Yeah.
stuff, then yeah, just like all that kind of stuff, and then if you want to get any like supply kits, like if you want a medicine kit or stuff like that, you can also buy that here.
As another addition, I did have medicine tools on Seal because he was a medic before.
There you go. But for other
Well, I
people,
probably
three
don't
things
have
not
any
bad.
of that stuff anymore because
Do they have
all I have.
a magic shop?
Mm.
there may be a magic shop, although I have just remembered that you don't have the key anymore.
Yeah, that was with Tora.
That was with
Oh,
Tora,
yeah.
so you don't have the key.
All right. I was just thinking a normal magic shop. Like if they just had one, not the magic hole in a wall shop.
I mean, it's a reasonably big elf city. There's only 9 of them, so there will be a small one that mostly has alchemical things. But maybe they have like some special arrows and other things. So if there is a specific thing that you are looking for, you can go and ask.
I'd just be curious what they have, yeah.
No, M. If there is a specific thing you are looking for, you can go
Specific thing.
ask.
Hmm.
This is not a shopping episode.
Well, last time you gave us a list of what they had, and then it's like, oh, okay.
That was a shopping episode.
That was a shopping. Thank you.
Yes.
Nemesis.
Okay.
That was prepped in advance.
Yes,
Mhm.
having a shop prepared for you
Mm-hmm.
is very different.
That's fair.
So
That's
if you
fair.
want like a bag, are you looking like for a bag of holding or something like that?
Honestly, that's the one thing I could think of.
Okay,
Yeah, was like a
they
bag of
will
holding.
probably have one of those. Let me go look up the price for you again, because I'm pretty sure that you looked this up before and you were mad about how much it costs.
Sounds about right.
And then we will go and do a Temple of Jela thing.
I think
As-
we so far just used the generic D&D costs, weren't we?
It's 500 gold.
As 10 goes to the market, I think Fiend will be like, hey, I'm gonna accompany Seal for this, but I kind of lost my tent in a big storm recently. Would you mind buying me a new tent? And I'll give you some gold for it.
Were you asking me that?
I'm asking 10.
Then,
Oh, sorry.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, sure. I can pick one up for you. No problem.
Thank you.
Anything else you need?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I
Some rations? I don't know.
haggle with the shopkeeper?
That will be not a diplomacy check because that's not this game. That's a different game.
Yeah,
it will
it's
be
different game.
It will
Is
be
it
a
persuasion?
persuasion. Or you could deceive them by saying, "Oh, it's not very magical at all."
It's not very magical at all.
This isn't a bag of holding. It's
This
just
is just a
bag.
regular
Just a
bag.
bag. Like, I made this. Like, what do you mean? I can
This is
literally-
just a
I can stick my entire
bag.
arm in it. What do you mean?
It's a bag for life.
Why are you scamming me with a
I
bag?
can see it currently working.
18? Right.
Hmm.
So that you can get it
You
for
know,
hang on, I'm doing maths in my head, Em. What are you adding about?
I was just trying to think if it'd be fun to just use the fate modifier to make this a little bit better.
No, I was just officially I will add it to the list after the session. You're not using it for freaking haggling. That is not an
Oh.
appropriate use of fate.
But it gives you one to play with, Hog.
I don't
You
care.
fucking dare, Emma.
Right.
Right
maths.
before you go talk to them. Give
You
Hog
can
one.
have it for 400. That's 20%
Cool.
off. Yes.
I'll take it.
That's pretty good discount.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Well, that's how I do it in my head. It's like, how good is your roll, and then that equals the percentage that you get off, and that's why I was doing maths in my head. I don't know why 20% of 500 was being so hard in my head, but whatever it was.
I blame the heat.
I also blame the being at halfway through mostly.
No, I'll take it. That's fine.
Right, we'll knock 400 off, and you can have a bag of holding. It is an elven. It's a beautiful elven bag. It's green and it has beautiful embroidery all over it. And in Elvish, it does say "bag for life" on it. So, do not put
Bag
that
for
in a
life.
landfill. You'll get the government will be after you or something. I don't know.
Oh no.
Imagine if you just, you know what, that'd be such a great idea for a setting. Is like all the magical crap from D&D, just putting into a modern world, and how people treat things now. They treat the same thing with all the magical things. So there's just like a landfill filled with bags of holding with weird garbage dimensions.
Yeah, but then if one of them is
Yeah.
like accidentally open and another one like falls into the bag of holding, it just like implodes.
Yeah, so there's just like periodically,
Oh, God.
periodically this bag of holding landfill just like explodes.
God.
No. God, that is awful.
They have like
Garbage
like-
quakes.
Yeah.
They have like recycling like ads that are like, make sure to close your bag of holding before throwing it away.
Yep.
Or make sure to empty it before throwing it away.
Oh yeah,
that as
because you
well.
know that place is gonna be full with like random body parts of various people and
Oh
animals.
yeah, people who died in the bag of holding because they didn't breathe long enough.
Yeah, like people like, oh, I can go hide in the bag of holding because that's a thing I can definitely do, and it's definitely not something you can do, and they're all dead. Yeah, it'd be awful.
You can. It just has very little breathing space.
Hmm? Okay, so you've done your shopping, Em. There's no more shopping that would be required. And in future, if you want to go shopping, I do need to be informed so I can prepare a shop in advance.
Well, I didn't realize we were gonna be doing a shopping trip. So.
So, for
What's
those,
the point?
I don't know if Gwen's back or going to the Priest of Jella. Gwen just said burp.
I hope not.
Well, she's
Let's
there.
go. This is my
Quick.
chance. No, this is my chance to ditch
Quick, Paul,
Adam.
Adam's distracted.
Quick, let's go through it. Run.
Quick.
Run it.
Let's run.
Run.
Hello.
Run it now. Come on.
Hada will still be present, but maybe you sprinted ahead and Hada got distracted for a brief moment and she will arrive later.
She's briefly gagged. Let's go.
Add another tree to lick.
Yeah.
Another part of the tree to lick.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm back. What I missed?
There you go.
Timing. Your timing
Timing.
is amazing.
So, the
Someone
party...
ran off without you.
Yeah, Seal's sprinting ahead to try and go talk to Priest of Jella when you're not there.
Uh-huh.
You travel down through the city, following the directions that the Frave gave you. You find the Temple of Jella. It is quite a small structure. It looks little more than a house. The only thing that defines it as a temple, sort of from the exterior, is it is a single building. It's not attached to anything else, and the front face of it is painted red. A nice red, nice crimsony red.
Ooh.
It's like someone's rubbed blood all over it. Seal's just biased. It could look lovely.
You might very well think that, but I couldn't possibly comment.
What?
That it's covered in blood.
It's covered in blood.
So, you all enter in through the large, rounded doorway. And inside the Temple of Jella, you will find that there is it's a small chamber. There is a statue at one end of Jella in all her childy crying on a stoolness. Yeah. There is a small font in the middle of the room that is filled with water. And there is a priest who is currently sweeping the floor. Oh, hello! Welcome, welcome.
Ah, hello. You must be the priest of Zella, I presume.
At your service? No, come in, come in, come in. Don't stand on ceremony. You don't have to shut the door.
Oh, brilliant. Well, I regret that I am here with rather hefty topics to hand. I am a sealholder. I am a scout with the Shroan Order, and they have told me that should I encounter certain things, I should talk to a priest of Jella.
Well, I am that, so you should speak to me from your order. I'm sorry, what order was it?
The Shroan Order.
Right, and what do they do?
Roughly
racist.
speaking, keep the world
They're
safe
not.
from things that would
Mostly.
encroach on it.
Ah, I see. They're the make sure that all your bottles have lids on order.
That sounds about right, in a manner of speaking, I suppose.
Yes.
Very boring.
Well, it would tend them towards assuming that one group of people would be like one thing all the time, so maybe your friend does have something on that.
Right? Right?
everybody in their appropriate bottles, so to speak. But you had quite heavy news.
Yes. Some time ago, roughly a month at this point, I had a vision while walking of the eye of a black dragon opening in my mind. And I told my order this, and they told me that should I see it again, I should mention it. I have seen it again, twice now. Once again in my mind as I stepped through an object, and once again just now at the a sprig of the world tree with the frayed. And well, I was curious to what advice you may impart on me for this.
Visions of a dragon. Well, I suppose a dragon could have woken up. Have you ever encountered a dragon in your life?
No. I think it's best I
Ever
say no for that.
encountered and none of your grandparents being a bit scaly?
No, I think I would have noticed.
Our friend's parent is, though.
Your friend's parent is. Your friend's parent isn't a relation of you, though, right?
No.
I hope not.
Right. I don't think that would be
Fine.
particularly relevant to the. Well, the best guess that I have is that you have come into contact with something associated with a dragon. This dragon, in particular, black dragon, identified. And the fact that you're getting visions of it is very, very strange. Must be due with all this floating godness about, I suppose.
Could be.
I wonder what ambitions you have.
What kind of object would form an attachment to a dragon? To me?
Well, it could be anything that's part of its horde, really.
Ah, shit. And its horde would be shiny objects potentially of great power or great value. Not necessarily shiny.
Well, anything of value. I don't know particularly what it would require, but they can. There are dragons that acquire huge hordes of art, dragons that acquire a huge hoard of coin. So you could simply have touched a coin that had been from its hoard. Gems can be quite.
That was going to be
I
my
don't think
suggestion.
it's. Oh.
I am concerned that shortly before I first had the vision, we acquired some gems.
Oh, well, if it had gems in its hoard, then it would be seeking them again. Are they particularly special gems?
Yes.
Yes, well, in that case, it's probably coming to murder you and take them from your corpse.
Yes.
Ah,
But why is he the only one getting these visions?
Yeah, I put mine in my mouth.
I don't think that's very hygienic.
it really
So,
wasn't.
Oh, well.
Did this guy bow to Hatter?
Nope.
Oh, interesting.
And he is just a regular old elf. He's not a first elf.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, perhaps. So you found a group of these gems.
Correct.
Well, then, best guess. Maybe he only had one of them.
At the time, I was not holding any of them. They were all in the possession of one of my traveling companions. That has since been rectified, and now we all have one each. But it was the case that I had not so much as touched them when I first had this vision, but being in the proximity of them could have done it. It is
Yes.
unusual, though, that I be the only one to see.
You're right. That's quite strange. I wonder. Well, I'm at a loss, but If you're getting visions of a dragon, what exactly are? Is it just like its eye, or are you seeing its face?
It has been an eye both times. When I spoke to the order of this, they rather cryptically let me know that I should not look into this eye. They made a gesture, and I repeat it, of covering my eyes with my hands. As like this.
They really are very boring, aren't they, your order?
It seems
How are
to
you
be a rather
supposed to know
practical
what the
solution.
vision's trying to do to you if you won't look at it?
I don't think that allowing it to take its course would be a good action here.
Well, it would give you more information.
If the warning is that if I look at this dragon, it enacts its will upon me, and I'm trying to avoid it enacting its will, I don't think I want to allow that.
Well, your loss. I would probably say that you're looking for a dragon that is searching for something. And perhaps just something about you makes it easier for the dragon to let you know that you're being looked for. Or these items are being looked for, rather. I don't know
I
what it
see.
is about you.
No, me neither.
Did you have any dragon toys when you were small?
I didn't everyone.
Well, maybe one of those was cursed. Maybe your grandmother was disappointed in you at one point and cursed your little dragon toy, and now you're the one that's open to dragon vision.
Perhaps.
Classic
It's well,
Granny.
there are many potential options there, I suppose.
Yes.
But
It's
if
strange
there is...
that it's strange that the one that has dragon blood isn't the one getting the dragon visions.
Well, do you
This is a good
know what
point.
type of dragon your friend has?
Piss.
A piss
I
dragon.
don't
I
think
don't
it was a
think
I
black
don't
male.
think that's a real dragon.
I'm not an expert on dragonology, but I don't think that there is a piss dragon. But piss the magic dragon, that might be a thing.
Piss the magic dragon.
I read that book as a child, yes.
Yes,
Yes,
yes. There's a catchy
They
song
used to
that
do
goes
plays
along
Maybe
with
with
it.
him
Oh.
back in my hometown.
Maybe that's the connection. I read Piss the Magic Dragon
The
as a child.
magic dragon.
There you go.
Piss
Gwen-
The
Gwen
gyms
used
we
to-
couldn't make.
Gwen got it.
Yeah, piss the magic dragon pisses on the roof. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, wait. This is a bard with no original works.
Yep.
Wow.
I am fairly sure, though, that my companion's parent is not a black dragon.
Well, then I would see there would no need to be any connection.
No. That's rather racist of you, Hada, to assume that all dragons know each other.
Actually, your friend is right here. That is rather putting everybody in jars again.
Anyway.
I ever want a jar.
Well, no, but all dragons have their own jars, surely. Not all dragons in the same jar. How did we get onto jars again? Ah, yes, because I was thinking about my jam this morning. That's the reason why I keep thinking about jam metaphors.
Oh, what kind of jam?
Oh, all sorts.
I see. A connoisseur.
Damson.
Well,
Well, I suppose it's a connoisseur, but it's mostly shoving stuff in jars and filling them with sugar and seeing what happens.
oh, well, okay.
I've got some rabbit
But you do
jam
have
if you would like
favorites,
it.
right? Rabbit?
Rabbit jam.
Yes, we made quite a lot of it. Nobody seems to want it. I've tried. Every time people come in for communion, we ask if they would like some rabbit jam, but nobody ever tastes it. We have quite a stash of it. Some of it's quite aged, so it could be potent stuff.
Have you tried it?
Oh.
But no.
Why not?
Who would want to put rabbit jam on their toast?
For someone who is very curious to see the outcomes, you do not seem very interested in the outcome.
Well, no. I'm curious to see what the outcome is for
That's a
other
point.
people, not me.
Ah,
I feel like our friend here points to Hada. Might be interested.
Would you like some rabbit jam? Okay, I'll go get some rabbit jam. And he goes into the back of the
Could
little
you
chamber.
bring me one of the very aged ones as well?
One of the aged ones?
Yeah.
And he's like, you can just hear the clinking of jars. Like, there is obviously hundreds of jars behind this door. It comes out with, like...
While he's away, and, like, a bit out of earshot, Fiend will turn to Seal and be like, why did they send you to a priest of Jella? It doesn't seem like this person has had any useful input.
I completely agree. That is why
This-
I'm withholding some other information currently.
This guy seems very suspicious.
I do agree.
He's very curious.
I will be curious to hear what he has to say of Jella. But
Why is he
I'm
so
not trying to
curious?
talk about other things.
He comes back out, holding a jar. The contents of the jar is black.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the aged one?
Oh, yes. Very, very aged.
Right.
Here you go.
Can I make a nature check on that to see how poisonous it is?
From the outside of the jar, no.
I will open it.
Make a
to
Constitution
check.
saving
I'm not
throw.
eating it. Oh, okay. The moment I
Just
open
the
it.
smell alone.
Mhm.
I think therefore I have determined it is poisonous, but I have a check to make. Oh, my mouse has run out of battery. Hang on.
Oh no! You killed your mouse.
Why
it's so
does your
poisonous.
why is your mouse battery powered? That's very. Why do you have a mouse on you anyway? 19? Okay, yeah. You do not succumb to the absolute just assault upon your senses. That is, your eyes are watering, you are coughing.
Do the others next to me?
Yeah, honestly, probably anyone within like 10 feet of you is just like, whoa.
Right, I screw that
Yeah.
back
We
up.
have to make
Oh.
rolls.
You can
Did
if you
I,
want to make a roll. See if you
I'll make
puke
a
or
roll.
whatever.
Could I have
I got
this?
a 20.
I suppose. Yeah, you're okay.
Con save.
Con save. You seem to get the full effect, so here you go.
Oh, thank you.
Now it
I
is a
could
bit.
tell you
That
what's
does
a
seem
con
like
save.
quite pungent
Just pretend I'm
stuff.
doing con save.
That is
Nice.
going into my inventory as a weapon.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm gonna let
I
you
mean,
in on a
throw it at
secret
someone.
that when you open it after this time, it's not going to be anywhere near as bad.
I will
Oh.
dip arrows in it and see.
See if it works. Okay, fair enough.
Shooting him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rabbit jam tipped arrow.
Yeah, I'm expecting that is not going to be good inside someone.
I
Anyway,
mean, the arrow is also not going to be good inside them, but we'll see.
true.
Yeah, it might add like 1 poison damage.
It does seem a bit strange that you come all this way to speak to me with questions about dragons. Normally, people wanted to ask me about Jella.
Yes, let me do that. I must admit, I am woefully unfamiliar with Jella. I recently visited the Library of Alias and attempted to do some reading about her, but
I don't
Well,
know what that
I-
is, but I'm sure it was a very good place to visit.
it has a lot of books, and I read a lot about her, and it seems that she is rather a trickster.
Great.
I mean, there are some
My
that
fri-
would interpret her as a trickster. Yes, I prefer to see her as the guide to. Sometimes you just have to wing it and see.
Right?
Winging it and seeing does not seem to be something a god is needed for, though.
Well, that's why you need a guide. She's there to offer you comfort when you wing it and see, and you fall on your ass.
I was
I-
reading stories that don't seem to say that is what she did.
Oh?
For example, there was one such case where, say, there is a man trapped at sea and stuck in a storm. I know this is maybe a painful subject given what has happened here recently, but go along with it.
Oh, was
say
that
there were a man.
storm? Oh, yeah. Fair enough. Carry on.
Say there is a man stuck in a storm, and he wishes to not let him die there. An example I read is that Jello would move both the man back to his home and the storm bearer as well. So he would die in his home along with his entire village.
Yes. Possibly.
How
Seems
does
familiar.
that align with winging it?
Well, he won it by going out into the sea, and then
Is that the path of winging it?
then falling on his ass was the storm and him going back to the village. Where did you read this story? This isn't what I've heard.
It was in the Library of Alias. It was a book It was a human book. that makes a difference to you.
That's why humans never
But
get
that does
anything
seem
right.
to you like something she would do.
Well, what she would most likely do in that situation is if the man's foolishness had led him to driving his boat out into a storm, then it would be on him to get himself out of the storm. Now, if he tries to cheat, then yes, he will be guided back to reality by having his entire village obliterated. His reality being his death, and their death. But that is a fable. It's there to teach you how to behave. If you want to make a mistake, be aware that there will be consequences.
But say this is Jella that we are dealing with. She, from what you have said, appreciates winging it, but it seems that to you, the interpretation is that she appreciates winging it, but also to fulfillment. Do not give up halfway through, lest she punish.
She doesn't punish. It's not her punishing you. It's the consequences of your actions.
But those consequences have extended far beyond the person responsible for those actions. In the example I gave, none of the other people in that village entered that storm.
Yes, well, he should have thought of that beforehand.
I see. Well, an interesting view that you have given me, but I do not see why this would change one's mind. The Schwerin Order that I'm a part of, our main goal is to prevent the freeing of Jella from behind the tears of Jella, which I'm sure that you have heard of.
Oh, your order is the mirror botherers. Oh, right. Well, no, yes, I know a bit about that.
Ah, well, just so. I'm presuming that you would find it to be immensely beneficial to have these mirrors broken and Jella freed.
Well, I'm sure she's working on it.
She is.
She is
See?
indeed, but I'm asking how you think things would be different were she free.
Ah, well, if she's free, then it means that the anarchy in the world can be guided.
To what?
Well, Jella does not help people in the conventional way, it is true, but there are times when doing the wrong thing for the right reasons can help. She's, for those who give her loyalty and for those who acknowledge her role as sort of this necessary destructive, not even necessarily destructive, this necessary wanton force in our world, they can be richly rewarded. Because if we don't have a little bit of wantonness, a little bit of disaster here or there, that maybe that man's village, once it was destroyed, they built a fabulous town there where thousands of people came to live and flourished, but that couldn't happen until the destruction happened. You see, negative things can have positive outcomes. And that's what Jella is here for. And if, as you say, the mirrors were to finally be shattered and she were to be freed back unto us, then we would be able to speak with her more directly. She could make her goals clear. And this is perhaps the most important, if ever, some being or some spirit or some person was to try to destabilize our world in a way that they could assume power. You know, there's always these mad wizards who wish to take over the world because they think they're better at running it than everyone else. If Jella is returned, well, let me tell you, they will have quite a difficult time of achieving that ambition, because it's very difficult to rule the world when Jella is around. Keeps everyone
So
at a
anyway, we
level
broke
pegging.
one of the mirrors.
You three?
Wow.
Oh, I was not involved.
I did.
I was unfortunately involved.
You too? Well, I'm sure. I apologize to you, of course, that maybe you can help in the future. So you're already on. You're fighting the good fight.
Yeah. Now I need you to get these two convinced.
My friend Hada here, I believe, is in some form of blood pact with Jella herself to break the mirrors.
He
Isn't it
crosses
great?
his arms over his shoulders and puts his head down in front of the font. A blessed state. Such an honor to be granted. Jella does not trust easily.
It seemed like she did. I spoke with her too. Much about what she would do. It is an interesting view that you have given me. However, it is easy to say that the outcome is better when you allow it to be the only outcome. I do not feel we lack for destruction. If anyone recognizes that, it's the person standing to the other side of me. From Hada, which I'm presuming is Fiend.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you think of it this way, is there war? Is there anarchy? Is there violence? Is there wantonness in the world already?
Yes.
Certainly.
Do you think that there is too much of these things?
A difficult question. It is simply the way that it is, I suppose.
Ah! Perfect. We arrive at the point. It is simply the way that it is. And that is the best description I can give you for Jella. It is simply the way she is.
If it is simply the way that it is already, then forgive this rather front-forward question. Then what is the point of her?
He has the most enormous grin on his face, revealing the fact that he has sharpened all of his teeth.
Oh,
I can see why Hada likes him.
Now, see, I'm very, very glad that you've asked that question, because if Jella is back, then let's say that all of this destruction and wantonness is like an orchestra. All these wars are the strings, all these... Oh, the music's gone to the next thing. Hang on.
That was very
orchestra started.
timing.
The
I was
orchestra
thinking you'd
started
done that on
playing.
purpose
It
to
was
put on some kind of
perfect.
orchestral thing.
No, that was
Yeah.
not intentional. So you have the percussion is murder in the streets, and then you have the tyrannical rulers oppressing their people. Well, that's the woodwind or something. But without Jella, this is cacophonous. there is no conductor for it all. And perhaps with the orchestra, one instrument could rise to be louder than the rest of it. And if it was so loud, it could drown it all out. But if it was all managed and kept cohesive, but still all the individual elements would be chaotic. That's what Jella does.
What would you say Jella is the god of in that case?
Jella is the god of wantonness, but wantonness in a way that is not destructive. The world needs change. The world needs bad things. Because if there is no bad, there is nothing good to measure it by. But just as likely, when things are bad, the world needs good things. Jella does both things. Jella is not an imposer of rules, but a guiding light to make sure that the world is not lost.
An interesting view.
Let me take this as an example at the moment. I assume, as you have been in the city, that you have heard of the events that have transpired in the human lands.
Yes.
That there is a war.
And a storm.
Yes. And this storm presumably has killed thousands of people. Now that was not an act of Ella's doing, that chaotic act. It
No, it
was
definitely wasn't.
a random act, almost.
I go, oh, it wasn't random.
Oh, you have more information.
No, that
Let him
storm was
continue.
that storm was no accident. It was a chain of events that led to it being there. Eventually, it was put there by the god of curiosity, Espitalia. Many things led to it both appearing and appearing there.
God of curiosity. Now, why would this is muddying my metaphor? The storm was random. We'll discuss other gods later. The consequence of this randomness is the defeat
Not random.
of the humans' armies. And now the dragons, marching with all their finery and grandeur over the lands, will undoubtedly subsume the human lands in their totality under their rule. This would seem to be quite negative for those people who do not wish to be ruled by dragons. And it is entirely possible that with this bolstering of their numbers and their ability to control things, that the dragons would then be able to subsume our lands, the elven lands, and then even perhaps into the mountain holds of the dwarves, until all of Runnak is subsumed under their rule by this one random act. Now, if there is no opposition to this, if there is no change, then the dragons will rule over this continent for all time. Everyone who is born and dies within this will be their subjects for all eternity, and nothing will change or improve, unless there is something to counteract it. Now, isolated pockets of resistance across elven lands or human lands or dwarven lands would undoubtedly prove a thorn in their side. However, if there is not some greater voice to counter what the dragons can achieve with such power. Because this is not just a matter of mortals. The dragons are ambitious. And if they could, they would be gods. And there are ways and means in this world where a mortal can become divine. And I, for one, would very much not like to see what a dragon who is searching for very special gems might do with them. A dragon crowned in the heavens would need something very powerful to counter it, I do believe.
Shit.
So let's go free Jella. Let's go.
I haven't heard the argument for that right now. And simply that there is a lot of danger rising up, and Jello would want to stand against this because it is a power that would be imbalanced. But that seems like a lot of hope considering everything else.
Yes, well, that is the nature of Jella. You hope that rebellion will eventually lead to a fairer world. Is that not the goal of all those who challenge authority?
I have been in a position to challenge authority before, and we did not do it for a fairer world.
And why did you do it?
For more power, I would presume. Well, it was. To better our standing within the kingdoms.
And it was your desire to pursue this power? It was your greed?
On the behalf of another. But I would have benefited.
So was it your ambition, or was it their ambition? Would you have undertaken this task of rebellion without this other?
I was not in a position of power enough to begin this rebellion.
Ah, so
if I were in his position, I do not know.
So the powerless, persuaded by those in power, have assaulted another power. Not much of a
Just so.
rebellion.
Well, he had a lot less power.
Oh well.
A baron within a kingdom decided to rise on a selfish goal.
The matters that Jella would be challenging would not be... Well, if that baron was doing something that they most definitely should not have been doing, then Jella may have become attentive to their plans. But Jella's task is never to replace one power with another power. Break power down.
So, she would not allow a rebellion to win.
If it
If
was
we
a
assume
matter
a
of...
rebellion is aiming to replace those in power with new ones, and they feared, because they feared the power was too powerful, then they have taken the power for themselves instead. Does not seem to agree with her either.
The case of two powers challenging one another, if there is no benefit to reducing that power, if it is simply replacing one with another, then there is no reason to intervene because nothing has changed.
I see. You have given me much to think about, but there are other things that we must do today.
Oh, fascinating as always. I do love when a non-believer comes to visit.
So anyway, do you want to hear about the time I met Jella?
Of course.
So she was crying.
It is a sorry state to be trapped within the mirrors.
And then we broke the mirror. The end.
Quite a brief story.
I can't remember it.
Ah. Well, I, for one, would appreciate the rest of the mirrors, the prison being broken. Do not tell the priests of Ariothne that. They will be very, very grumpy.
That reminds
Oh, and we
me.
met someone. What was her name again?
Are you familiar with an archdevil lover of Yella?
Hmm. Oh, this is going to confuse everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I am not familiar with one. The chief commander of Jella's forces, for want of a better word, is Marius. But I do not think that there is any tales which tell that them be Jella's consort.
How would one spell that name? Thank you.
I'm like, no. What was her name?
Do you need me to remind you, or is it?
Because I Earthia, thank you.
There you go.
Someone already
Because I-
has.
Yeah, it's because I keep forgetting because I know the other name, her older name. I knew her older name.
No,
So,
yes.
Earthia.
Not a name I'm familiar with.
Oh, she came and said hello to us.
And she
After we broke the
claimed to
mirror.
be a consort of Jella.
Yeah, she's the one that made the storm.
Well, I'm afraid, and I suppose this is not good for a priest of Jella to not know this, but I'm afraid I don't know who that is at all.
Should we go find out then?
Has Yella been known to form alliances with devils?
Well, it's always been assumed that the gods of well of old, they had servants, and servants took on aspects that were familiar to the god themselves. So Jella being more of a I suppose an infernal appearance, infernal and fey appearance, that her servants took those forms as well. Likewise, Ariothne's servants take more light wings, that sort of thing, angel appearance, because that's how Ariothne appears.
Boring. Boring.
Silvus or Sylvan, yeah, I was gonna frickin' say not the god that it is, cause go me, too many Sil-based gods.
Like Seal.
Yes, like Seal, just like Seal.
Plus, yeah.
His servants are animals and plants. All the gods have servants that correspond to them. So yes, it would match that the devils would be the servants of Jella. They are more chaotic, of course.
I see. Well, as I was saying, we do have another task that requires our attention. This has been informative.
Well, then
Very
I wish you
informative,
all the luck that I can upon your journey, and may Jella make sure that chaos lands on your side.
Thank you.
Do you wish to make any offerings before you go?
Do you think she looks like
Yes.
rabbit jam?
No.
That is not a traditional offering. You may make your offerings in the font.
I will approach it.
Yeah, it's a font filled with water.
Hmm. I'm assuming there's just like coins at the bottom.
Nope, no coins.
No.
Nope.
Oh.
So,
You've got to clean those out to use them.
do I know what it would be? Do you want to know what it would be?
I don't know why you would have any reason to know, because it's not your religion, Gwen.
Yeah, I know, but I know what I've got to do.
You could ask the priest.
You could ask the priest.
I'm just gonna say, I hope you're not as bad as you seem, and leave.
Well, yeah, that's fine.
And just poke the water.
The
Like, what do I
priest
do?
will. How would one of the first not know what the appropriate offering was?
I have amnesia.
Well, the traditional method is an offering of blood.
Cool.
Your own.
Cool.
Turns the
Wipes
knife
some
away
sweat
from the
from her
priest.
brow.
Yeah. Fiend just sweating there like, oh
God.
And just like get my I get my dagger out and just poke my finger, I break my finger, and just go in the water.
Yeah, and you see that the blood. So you know how like when you bleed in water, how eventually it just stains the whole water red, basically, and you can't really see the trail of blood. This font is magical, and all you see is this like the trail of blood just stays as a trail of blood inside the water. It doesn't dye the water red.
And I poke another one of my fingers and do it with another finger.
Yeah, it makes another line of blood in the water.
I was like, this is fun. I'll keep doing it.
Make a con save.
How much do you do it?
With each one of my fingers.
I mean,
Well, each one of fingers on one hand.
okay, then yeah, that should be fine. That won't be too much blood loss.
And
Yeah.
turn around and go, this is fun. You should try it.
I think I'm good.
It seems you put enough in for all of us.
You're not there. You are outside.
No,
you
You
left.
walked out.
I am. I've gone, but I wanted to say that.
It's true though.
And I turn to the priest and go, you should do it. It's fun.
I make my offerings at dawn and dusk. Thank you.
Come on. Do a special one with me here because I've met her.
Very well. He cuts a line through the middle of his hand, and you can see that his hands, they are covered in wounds, like scratches. And he squeezes his hand, quite hard, and you just see a
Mhm.
lot of blood pour into the thing.
And I go, good job, and then I pat him on the head. And go, bye
Like a bloody
now.
hand.
Farewell.
Dean specifically lingers a bit longer and waits until Had has walked out. And then turns to the priest and goes, Lord Priest, please answer me plainly. Do you believe that if Jella is freed, there will be less bloodshed in the human kingdoms?
From the very deepest of my core, I believe that if Jella is freed, the dragon's onslaught will be halted, yes.
Can I do an insight or something to see if he's like...
You
whether
can make an
he's-
insight
if
check.
he truly believes that? Okay, I'd like to do that. 17 insight.
With 17, nothing about him seems to be lying. Most of your conversation with him as well, like, he seems to be a very honest person.
Okay.
So,
Right. And turn to go. Yeah, I don't say anything else.
you all leave the Temple of Jella, and you make your way back to your friends who were shopping. You see Ben carrying a giant amount of shopping from the stuff people asked, like a tent and all this other stuff. And you also see Cecilia without a giant bag of shopping, but a swanky new bag at her side. That if anyone can speak Alsonish, they will be able to read that the bag says "Bag for Life."
I just
Stupid.
I like the visuals. Dan's carrying all of this crap that could just go in the bag the whole
In the bag, yeah.
What
Well,
is
that was a great
Alsonish?
shopping trip.
Yes, it's nice to just do something kind of normal for a change, isn't it?
Careful you don't drop the tent there.
Oh, I didn't really get it much of anything else. Just the tent for Fiend and rations.
Hmm.
They've
Oh,
got my
you
favorite
Can-
jerky
we'll
here.
take those.
Oh,
Hmm.
perhaps it'd be worth trying. Oh, it seems they're back from. What was it? Oh, yes, they're going to visit Jella.
I think they were headed for the temple.
Right. How did that go?
My
Oh.
fingers are throbbing.
Very informative, besides.
What have you done to your hand?
There was a blood offering pool, which I'd have found a lot of enjoyment with.
That does sound like something she would do. Okay.
But I was able to get quite some information, actually. So, it's very much theorizing at this point, but the priest has allowed me to connect some dots for this dragon that I've been seeing. He pointed out and allowed me to realize that my first vision came almost immediately after we acquired these gems. And then he points out that there is now a dragon invasion of the human kingdoms where we were when we found these. And that I am seeing a dragon who seems to be perhaps quite interested. And then he went on to make some very interesting the theories about how a dragon aspires to be a god and these stones, which he doesn't know what they do, but a dragon looking for a way to ascend godhood and into that realm, these stones could be very useful for. So, turns out we could be being hunted by a dragon who is looking for these stones and is using the invasion of human kingdoms as a manner to get closer to them.
Hey, Cecilia, do you
Well-
want to be a god?
Excuse me? Oh, Cecilia. Ah, sorry, I thought you said me.
No, Cecilia.
I mean, I suppose it wouldn't hurt.
Okay, let's keep him away from Cecilia.
Yes, good thing I already did that, don't you worry.
I'd never really thought about it.
Well, continue to not think about it would be my advice. Otherwise, it is good to see that we have everything we need. Ken, you bought a lot of rations. I do remind you, I can't make berries now. We do not need them.
Oh,
They
did have one
had
thought.
my favorite jerky.
Oh, well, I cannot make that.
Is there,
You
like,
have
almond
Damn right you
jerky?
can't.
I do have some rabbit jam, which could go quite nicely with it, though.
Oh,
Jams their
Don't-
jerky.
well,
Don't
That's
eat the jam.
disgusting.
Don't eat the jam. Don't eat the
Oh.
jam.
talking about the dragon wanting to ascend to godhood or whatever, my mother would probably know about that.
Fantastic. Where is she?
In the frozen north.
Seal pulls out his map.
It's not on your map.
I assume that's further
not
north
on your
than-
It's
than
quite
the
a bit
city
further
I hate to
north.
say
was
this,
earlier.
Cecilia.
Right.
I hate to say this, Cecilia, but every one of your plans so far is taking us even further from where we originally. Your kingdom is up here, and your mother is not even on this map.
You just buy
How's
the next
people
part of the
on?
map from like the map shop, and it's just got a pin to
Yeah.
where Cecilia's mum is. And you're like, wow, that's weird.
Wow,
That's
that's
crazy that they just had that.
yes, it's very far away. I don't imagine we'll be seeing her anytime soon, unless she happens to come to us. Unfortunately.
Well, at least we know what to ask her now. I was worried it was going to be a very stale conversation before now.
Oh, well, she loves talking about and hoarding things related to godhood, or gods, or dead gods, or whatever. You know, like a
Oh.
museum.
What kind
Probably.
of dragon was your mother again? Because Hada said she was a piss dragon, but I thought that was wrong.
Piss dragon. No, she was a celestial dragon.
Ah, well, there we go. Anyway, I've been told many things, and I could do with a walk if we are all ready to go.
Yes,
Yeah, I
yes.
think we should get on
I
the
believe
move.
we've got everything. Just hands the tent over to Fiend.
Thank you.
No worries.
So,
To adventure.
New adventure. You go
Wayfarers.
back to the Frave. The Frave will lead you down a staircase in the central building complex. And this staircase leads all the way down the trunk of the the tree through the hill, until it leads to a twisting route that doesn't actually. It's not part of the limbs moving, but you're now under the hill. And you can see that the roots of this tree are like moving. They're almost like waves. They're flowing as the tree moves across the ground. In like some of the roots digging into the ground and stuff like that as it goes. But this one root isn't moving, and it leads you to the ground. And with Brave will just be like, I would recommend not going until the the tree has passed.
What does that mean?
Well, it's mostly so you don't get hit by a wayward branch on your, just stay here, wait a few minutes for the tree to pass, and then you can go.
How will we know?
Well, there won't be a large tree over us anymore.
Yes, I would have thought it would be
after we're
quite
down.
obvious.
I was like,
Yeah.
what? Look, we're on the tree. How is the tree gonna go? But you mean okay, right?
Yeah, we're on
I
the
was very
route that doesn't
confused.
move, so that all the other routes are moving away from us as the tree moves.
Right. Okay. I was very confused.
Yeah. So
No, I understand.
the tree moves away from you, and you see the city. It's going at quite a lick, like down through the forest. You also notice as it's going, the trees get out of its way. It doesn't knock anything over. It's the forest moves around it. And very, very, very quickly after the tree has sort of left, you can see that the forest, the massive trees are moving back to their original position, and you are surrounded by forest in moments.
Well, there we go. So,
That sure was something.
north.
So you
You
were
were supposed
given
to see some sort of statues.
yes, you were given the direction that it was northeast-ish. Yeah. And you will see that on one of the trees, very close to your position, you will see that in the tree, at about head height, there is a small nook carved into a tree, and there is a statue of an elf who is basically like they're holding a spear and a shield, kind of like a decorative thing. And then you can see that there is another one sort of 100 feet on another tree, roughly marking a path.
That seems pretty clear.
Yeah. Also,
Cecilia's.
oh yeah, what's Cecilia doing?
I was gonna say, she's gonna use disguise self on her again.
Wang.
And she's flying out there like, oh, and get out the order of direction to help us if we need it.
Okay. Also, because Redox is burbed as well, and I need to go feed some cats, let's do a 5-minute break here, because we're about to go walking, so it seems like a good pause.
Walking.
Well,
Sounds good.
unless
Back
you're
in
going
a
to be
minute.
carried by somebody. Anyway, yep, so BRB, 5 minutes, everyone.
Sounds good. Back shortly.
I don't think anyone wants to princess carry Cecilia.
I've returned.
Hello.
I too have returned.
Hello.
Huzzah!
I have returned.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Woo! Now we get to the woods.
Yippee!
Yes.
Once Em and Wheat have returned.
I'm back.
Hello.
I am back. I am back. Is anyone else back? Am I the only one? I'm the only one.
Yeah, we're all back.
Are we all back?
Well, not everyone. Emma's not back. I
Em's
think.
not back.
But most of us are all back.
Em's getting another pizza.
She's making a whole nother pizza.
Mhm.
God,
Well,
how many pizzas can one person need?
while she's making another pizza, one of you other ones, you can roll the weather.
Ooh, can I do it?
Can if you would like to.
Fine by me.
An 86. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Noted
Mm-hmm. On your chart.
on my chart. My time chart.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is probably like. I mean, you got to the frickin' city in the morning, didn't you? And this is. You spent, we'll say, you probably spent like 3 hours. Yeah, it's probably just like early afternoon, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, getting 12:30 vibes.
Yeah.
That's such a specific. It's a specific vibe.
Sometimes it's the way it be.
Hello.
Did you get
Oh, there she is.
your pizzas?
Yeah, I got all of them.
Wow.
How many pizzas?
6,
6 pizzas.
Ah,
9.
ah, ah, ah.
Ah.
1.
Ooh. Ah.
7. Ah.
Wait, that's not how numbers work.
1, 2,
Sometimes.
7. I mean, that is a sequence of numbers.
That does tend to be
Any-
how I feel about the number of slices of pizza I've eaten in a sitting, you know?
One,
It's like,
two,
oh,
seven.
I've had one, I've had two, oh no, I've had 7.
I've had
that kind of thing.
7.
Yeah, it's the pizza sequence.
What happened?
How many slices has this pizza been cut into?
20.
20.
Very big
That's
pizza.
crazy.
So, I will need to know from
No, very thin slices.
Very thin slices.
your party. The path is probably wide enough for 2 people abreast. So how are you in order? Who's in front and who's back?
Who's like doing the tracking and finding the way?
Probably me.
The ranger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
That'd be wild.
That would be
Rangers doing
crazy.
the ranging.
Surely not.
Probably me. So I'll be at the front then. I imagine Fiend will be at the front as well. As if we're
Yeah.
walking 2 abreast, because we know each other and probably have things to talk about.
I'll be right in
Mm.
the middle playing my bagpipes so everyone can hear it
Oh,
equally.
Everyone can hear you.
Okay.
Even if you were all the way at the front or all the way at the back, everyone would still be able
Yeah.
to hear those. Let's
I mean,
be
I'll-
real.
Yeah, but it's to hear it equally. You know, so no one misses
Yeah.
out on being further away.
Yeah.
So if that is
I'll be
happening,
in the
Seal is
middle.
telling you, please do not do that, as we are not the only ones who can hear you.
Yeah,
Oh my
Right.
God.
I'll be in
China
back.
knows you're here.
Okay, 10 is at the back and Cecilia and Hatter in the middle. So, the next part of this traveling is going to be perceptions from the person who is in the front who is doing a track, or who is like looking out. And are you wanting to move stealthily as a party?
Super stealthily with stealth
I
bagpipes.
think we'd like to, but also someone's playing the bagpipes very loudly.
Well, if they're playing the bagpipes, it'll be a disadvantage, won't it?
Stealth bagpipes.
Be more than that, I'd hope.
I'm playing the Song of Stealth.
Well, I already roll stealth at disadvantage, so it's whatever.
The Song of Stealth.
Well,
To be
there's your
fair,
perception.
So
there are songs of stealth.
So if
I
we
don't
move,
think we want to like be especially stealthy.
Okay.
Just not especially loud. I think. I don't know. That's my vibe. Like we're in a forest, you know.
well, you have seen.
Just-
Sorry, not you, Fiend, but you would have known from the boat. But everybody else has been shown that the forest is dangerous. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually, if you're really
Fine.
loud and stuff, the big
I
scary
won't play
animals
the
will
Could you-
go away.
bagpipes.
You can play the
I'll
bagpipes
roll.
when we fight something.
Okay. No bagpipes, just stealth. Got it. Let's roll stealth.
okay,
Sure.
if you're on stealth, then I need everyone to roll stealth so I can get a party stealth check.
Okay.
okay.
Oh god.
Give me a quick second.
And remember,
So
The-
I'm-
this is an ability check, which means fate can be used.
That is true.
oh. Yeah, I might take some fate.
You
Okay.
probably need it.
Yeah, because I'm already rolling at disadvantage. So I'll take the 6 that I rolled.
There you go. Okay, so the 6 is gone.
hmm
Wait.
I have a 1.
A good trade.
It's not versus mode, M. That's not how this works.
Kind of is. Kinda
What is
feels like
8 plus?
it.
Why is it 8 plus 6?
The 6 is the
This the
fate
thing.
that I took.
The fate.
Fate.
14. Okay,
Oh.
so 14, 17, 22, 22.
Oh, I haven't rolled yet. Give me a second.
Do you not even have a stealth modifier?
No, that was already +1 as well.
Oh.
I rolled a
Oh.
7.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
How did
Yeah,
you
I'm
roll
lucky.
so low?
Oh god, that's so much more.
Right.
I mean,
Maybe you should also use some fate.
You could use the fate one.
We had a.
I'm
what was
gonna
it?
I'm gonna roll
What did we have?
again. And use one of my fate points because we're still on the same day, aren't we? So
Wait, why are you
my
rolling
lucky
it?
points.
Why are you Oh, your lucky points. Sorry, yes.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh, right.
I'm gonna reroll it because I'm lucky.
It's your inherent
That works.
luckiness.
The lucky feet.
Shit. Can I?
It's just if you just roll the stealth and then
Can I
add 5.
bardic inspiration myself as well?
I think so.
How do you do bardic
Ah,
inspiration? Do you play your bagpipes loudly by chance?
No, because I'm using it on myself. I'm just gonna like recite a mantra to myself. Like you could do this, you could do this, you could do this, you could do this.
You're
Okay,
better than
that
this.
sounds about
You
right.
can't do this.
I'm so
Watch
sneaky,
out
I'm
for
so
those-
sneaky, I'm so sneaky, I'm so
Watch out for
sneaky.
those loud twigs on the floor.
Oh wait, no, it's wait. Can I not use it on myself?
I think that you
Oh, you
can't.
could.
I don't think
I
so.
think
Oh,
it
okay, never
depends
mind
which
then.
kind of
Yeah,
bard
it
you
says
okay.
are.
another creature.
Okay, stealth is. Okay, that's better.
That's better. It's the same as Tayin got, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there is one that lets you use bardic inspiration on yourself, but you are not that kind of bard.
No.
Okay, so
Could have used it on
14.
Fiend, though, but-
Which
Could've used it
fate
on
were you
Fiend.
using?
I didn't use fate.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said you were using fate. I apologize.
No,
luck.
I meant lucky. Because
just-
people were talking about fate, I got confused and said fate. I meant luck.
Fair enough. So 14. So we got 14 and 17. 14. Okay, cool. Nice. So you begin making your way through the forest. You have been told that this is going to take you a good number of days, like potentially up to a week, to get where you are going. So basically, your perception, you do not see anything on the first day of travel. You can gather from that the city has a sort of protective thing and keeps perhaps the more serious stuff away from the city, obviously. You would see that there is lots of wildlife, as you saw in the other part of the forest. You can see lots of deer and stuff like that going around the forest, lots of squirrels in the trees and things like that. But a lot of the times when you'll see these animals, they'll always be slightly different. Like, so the deer that you see will have very, 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 very long antlers that are very, very straight and tall. And there'll be strange colors, like there'll be greens, and some of them will be pink or blue or different colors like that, suggesting that there is some otherworldly influence upon this forest. But yeah, your first the day of travel is uneventful, and you make your way northeastwards, able to follow the tracks as you go. The
Yippee.
little elf signposts.
Mhm.
Do you wish to make a camp on the
Onward.
path or off the path when you make a camp?
I see no reason not to make it on the path. We're not
Yeah,
worried about
so-
people attacking us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can make a camp. What do you wish to do on your night's rest?
Dance.
It's-
As in, who's doing
I
what shit?
cast Goodberry and we eat those, apart from Ted, who's having nice jerky.
You cast Goodberry. Yeah.
10 will do a watch as usual.
I could do a watch.
Yeah, I'll do one as well. I barely have to sleep anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to sleep less for now, and I can actually see stuff.
Fiend would also take one of those watches, just because I don't think she fully trusts everyone.
But who do you trust the least?
Wait, are you wanting to
Cecilia.
share a watch
Fair.
with someone?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Fair.
10's doing a watch. Cecilia and Fina doing a watch. And Seal's doing a watch.
Okay,
Yeah.
so who is going first? Please roll your watch for me.
Okie dokie. I said it first, so I'll roll first.
Mhm.
That's a 16.
Okay. On your part of the watch, you will notice as darkness falls on the forest, and you will see that there are little lights that dance around the forest, quite away from your camp, but normally in threes, and they will make these little they'll hop and whirl around. So you'll see these little individual lights. They'll just drift around the forest. So you'll see them. Not like the forest is not filled with them, but you will see like way more than one.
They're here and there. They're not everywhere, but you could possibly see them anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Worthy of note, he will pass that information on to the next watch.
Next.
In order it was said in, it will be Cecilia and Fiend.
That makes sense.
Sure. What are we rolling? Perception?
Perception.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oof.
With a 20.
Oh.
I rolled a natural 20, by the way.
Ooh.
Sorry, I didn't put it in the thing. I'll pop it in there.
Oh, hang on. So who is? So is Cecilia next, or is it Fina and Cecilia?
Yeah.
Fiend
Yes,
wanted to
both
do
of
it
them.
with me.
Fiend doesn't trust Cecilia, so
Fiend
is
doesn't
also
trust me.
taking the same watch.
Oh, I see. So both of you, having rolled 20, you will see these little lights twirling around the place, and you will also hear very soft singing carrying on the wind. Like just like sort of lullaby, soft voice. I don't have a soft voice to do a soft lullaby for you, but you can all imagine one.
Hmm.
Aww.
Oh, we've heard this before.
Have you?
Or something like it, anyways. Well, that's where we ended up finding the tower with the mirror in it.
I was crying.
That was crying.
Was it crying?
That was crying. That wasn't singing.
Oh. Oh, okay.
You don't hear any crying.
Well, still. Wait, okay, but it turned into singing like a lullaby when we got closer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess we'll say that. Like, it started with crying, but then turned into a lullaby when we were nearby. Honestly, a bit creepy.
Pretty judgmental of my forests, aren't you?
You know you could have gone to
Bad
bed.
feeling about this. I could have, but I probably wouldn't have slept that much anyway.
Well, you'd need it more than we do. You know, being human still and all that.
I'll get my sleep.
Suit yourself.
Where's the singing coming from? Like, is it from
Make
any direction or just vaguely?
I would say that with a 22 and also a natural 20, you can hear it, and it would be coming from sort of straight eastward. Your current location.
Which is not the way the path's going?
No, the path is following this river that you are walking alongside, and okay, I guess maybe a little bit southeast of where you are. Maybe not
Okay,
quite
but
straight east.
not along.
Not along the path, like
anyway.
just kind of like a little bit off the path.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So for now, it's not in the direction we need to go.
Unless you want to go and explore.
Not on my own, I don't.
I think we've had our own fair share of exploring
What
forests.
if I introduce some crying? Maybe you'll go explore then?
Oh, Cecilia, please help me.
Oh, Cecile. No, I can't do it. Copyright. I get in
No,
trouble.
it would be more like, Cecilia, come here. I have your leash.
Yes,
And it's-
true.
What?
Um,
No,
Yeah.
if they're trying to get at me, it'll sound like her father, like calling out for her or something.
I don't think that's
Like,
what.
oh, I'm so old.
Anyway.
yes. So hang on a second. Your
I'm so
memory of your
old.
dad talking is, "Oh, I'm so old." What?
I once again go back to
I
what
mean-
Seal said.
Isn't that every kid's memory of their dad?
Yeah, but the thing is that Cecilia is like what? Like you're like 23.
Yeah, no, Dad's not that old. Last I
Yeah.
remember.
Your dad's
He's-
like in his
He's
40s.
like middle age. Yeah.
This whole
Yeah,
time I
he's
saw
in
your
his
dad was like
No.
this ancient king. Of...
No.
He's like in
That's
his
so
No.
40s.
He's in like his 40s.
But you wouldn't
Yeah,
know
I'm
that
older
from
than
how
you.
Cecilia
Like a
treats
middle-aged
her
man.
soon-to-be-dead
No,
dad.
literally. Yeah, literally.
Well, that's why
She's
she's
like,
so surprised.
She's like, oh,
that-
he's 1 foot in the fucking grave. This
Yeah.
guy.
Well, that's what the vision would seem to suggest. It's surprising because you wouldn't think he would be yet because he should only
He was
be in his
old
40s.
in the vision.
Yeah.
If anything,
Was he
that's a good
older or
thing.
just ill?
He
Oh,
was
that comes
dying
with
in his
it.
chair.
Oh.
Yeah, it didn't say he was older.
But like because of age or because of illness.
A little bit of a column A, a little bit of column B.
There you go. You saw your
Yeah.
dad dying of old age. Congratulations.
No.
I go back to what Seal
Well.
said. Did you...
Well, I
don't
mean,
think
if
we
he's-
need to go back to that. Honestly. I think it's fine.
Anyway, yeah.
Well, if he's dying of old age, he still has at least a decade, right?
Seal's 54. Like, admittedly not a human, but
Yeah.
Just wild. just very wild.
That's so funny.
Everybody had assumed that your dad was very old, and nope,
Yeah.
he's in his 40s.
No,
That's,
he's not
yeah,
super old.
that's so funny. Anyway,
Okay. Should we go
I
to the
don't
next
think
one?
I don't think I'm gonna go out into the forest on my own. Thank you.
No.
I'll just wait for the next one.
Just think of the words of
But I
wisdom
will
of Thod.
tell Seal. No.
No. I don't
No.
think so.
Don't think so. That's what you should always think. Right, so next watch, please. Last person. 23. You will also see the little lights, and you will also hear the singing. Very soft voice, sort of. Woo 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 woo. Come to this lake. It's a lovely lake. I mean, you should probably call it a pond, honestly. Nothing bad will happen if you come here. You'll feel so peaceful and restful.
What language is it singing in?
Actually, yeah, no, you wouldn't understand it anyway, because it'd be in Tegic. It'd be in Bay.
Oh, well, in that case. If only that I could understand what they were saying and they were offering me a peaceful rest, I would go right there. But I don't.
She tries singing in Dwarvish.
What's that called in the thing? Just Dwarvish. If so, then no.
It's not Dwarvish. Brindok?
I'll go through my list and you can just tell me if
Brindok?
she eventually
Yeah.
moves on to that. No, I don't have that. Oyster, Geomotak, Merimish, Ascadian, Thatevian.
Yeah, no, I mean, she might try singing in Elvish at one point, but that'd be the only one. Oops. Wrong thing.
Ah, it's such a beautiful voice as well. But I bet it's singing about how it would kill me, and therefore I will not go. But these lights, what are these? Can I think about what they are?
You can make a nature check if you would like.
Yay!
And somebody's unpeeling a
No.
sticker.
Having a nice little.
That wasn't a sticker. That was me opening a pack of refreshers. Thank you.
Wow. Seals open a pack of refreshers. With a 12, they are, to the best of your knowledge, they are fairy lights in certain woods that are particularly old or magical. They are things that people claim to see. Dancing fairies, like flitting between the trees. So that's the best you
There's
got.
fairies between the trees. This is the most restful rest I could ever have.
So, you all wake up as light washes into the forest. And I would like... So, for the travel as it's going to go, because we're not going to do whole days, unless people want to do things in those days, which tell me. The way travel's going to go is I will need to roll for the weather for the day. I will need you to roll a survival check to see how well you stay on the track. And then I will be rolling for an event separately. Okay?
Okay.
Sure.
Alright.
Shall I do my survival first?
Would-
Because I imagine it's me doing it.
So
Yeah.
on that, I just want to ask, would my globe of direction help him do a little bit better at that?
Yes. It would.
Okay, that is helping.
In what way?
Yeah, in what way does it help?
It will be... I mean, you rolled fine anyway, but it would... I think it would
Just
be a
for
plus.
future.
Plus
Like a
2,
+1,
I think.
+2. Okay. Sure.
Shall I handle weather today?
Yes, you can roll the weather.
All right. Ooh.
Wow.
Oh,
Well, it's making up for the very low rolls we got before.
Yeah, so far
Yeah.
you've had 2 extremely low rolls and 2 extremely high rolls. So,
Getting very middling results on average.
Just not day to day.
so I'm going to need... We've done that. We've done your survival check. And then I need to roll an event, don't I? Okay. Noted. So, your
Don't like
day's
that.
travel. Sorry?
Never mind. Don't worry. It's fine.
I'm sorry, what was that? Wanna repeat?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Say so. Your day's travel is swift. You do not encounter anything untoward on this day's travel. You're following the river still. Perhaps that is keeping you safe. Perhaps this river has some sort of keep away bad guys kind of energy around it. And you will have completed this day at the end of it. Unless you do anything during it, it's uneventful.
Nice.
nice. Here. I still have 6 good reads left over. Because 10 didn't eat one.
Yo, mate.
Hooray!
And then they expire in the night.
So I just need 3 watches, and then we'll get to the next day.
Same watches?
I think so. Yeah.
It's fine by me.
Yeah.
means I assume 10's first.
Hmm?
Again.
Just a sec.
Boom.
Before I go to bed. Hey, 10, have some bad inspiration.
Thanks.
I know you'll do a great watch, 10.
Okay. Sorry, just had to deal with something IRL for a second. Okay. Sion. There you go.
That plus the bardic inspiration.
Oh, what's
There
the
you go.
die?
Yeah.
D8? Okay.
E8. Damn.
Oh, level, what, 7
Goes
now?
up.
Yeah.
Better be.
Well, if it's a
Um,
fail.
So, plus 6, so a total of 22.
22. Okay. You will see those
Wait,
lights
only
again,
yeah, it doesn't matter actually.
and
Never mind.
with
Huh?
sorry.
I was gonna say you only expend the bardic expression if you fail, but it also literally doesn't matter because we're having a long rest, so who cares?
Yeah, that's what I
Using it regardless.
Also, how do you? This is the amount of information you get. I don't. There's not a failure on it.
Yeah.
It's a good point.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Okay.
But...
So,
you will see the same things that you were seeing before, the creatures around and also the lights, and you will also now hear this voice to the south of you. The singing voice is singing a little lullaby.
and what are the words?
Oh, because you can understand Pegic? Peg?
Yep.
Yes, she is singing about everybody or like people wanting to come to her pool for an inviting bath. Of good food, soft, gentle sleep, chill times for all. Definitely no eating, except for that bit. Probably wouldn't say that.
Not so.
Yeah. 10 knows better than to wander off at night. So he will simply make note of it and let the others know.
Okay.
When the time comes.
The others, it's your turn now.
I rolled badly.
Okay.
I rolled goodly.
Yep, you see the same thing, and with 21, you will hear the singing to the south again, and it's the same thing that 10 will have told you.
Good to know.
None of you want to go and talk to it, do you?
No.
Can't believe it. Shaking and crying.
To be fair, this group has lived through the events of one party member wandering off in the middle of the night on a wild goose chase.
Yes. We've
The
learned our
ones that
lesson.
haven't survived to this point, we remember that it's never ended well.
Not all of us
Fair.
come back alive.
Okay, last watch, please.
Wee.
Wow.
That's a
Jeez, natural 20.
that's a nat 20.
Okay, with a 28, you get to find an extra piece of information.
Uh-oh.
You notice that where the trees are with the little the signposts, nothing seems to. I didn't mean to do that. I just accidentally logged out. Oops. Nothing seems to cross the path.
Interesting.
What do you mean by that?
So none of the creatures, none of the lights, none of that crosses
Oh,
the path whatsoever.
interesting.
Hmm. Uh, I'm just going to presume there's no reason that I have any way of knowing what is going on there, because that is Alvin shit that I don't know about. So I'm not even going to try.
No, but you know that there is something about these statues that maybe you will want to look at tomorrow
Yes.
to figure out what is happening.
Yep. Cool. Got it.
Okay. So, with that, next day, I am going to require my regular rolls of somebody needs to roll the weather.
Do it.
You do the weather, okay. And then I will need a survival check, but obviously if you want to look at the statues beforehand, we can do
Oh, 2 in a row.
Nice.
Wow, we're so good at this.
What the You have rolled so
we love going back and forth.
the D freaking 100s that you have been rolling are wild.
High and low.
It's like every single roll has been within 20% of the top and bottom. Every single roll.
Yeah. Yeah, it has.
Okay. So
I'm just glad we're flip flopping and not all one side.
Seal. Do you want to tell anybody about the statues?
Oh, yes, sorry. I was looking at rolls. I noticed something quite interesting in the night. These statues, where they are, nothing is crossing the path. Not a thing. Not these magical wispy white light thingies. Not any animals. Not a thing. There is something about them, and we should have a look and see what it is.
Perhaps they
Well.
have some kind of warded magic.
Yes, it sounds like us camping on the path has been a great idea.
Yes.
Okay. So want to go
who's
and look
gonna
at
have a
them?
look?
Oh,
I guess we can take a look at them
I
now.
suppose.
We'll
Who
all have a look at them.
what looking at
Who's-
them do you want to do, or do you just want to do a regular old investigation?
I would like have an arcane look at them if you catch my drift.
Okay, you want to use Arcana.
Yeah, that's the one I
Yeah.
can do.
I want to see
Or
if there's
religion,
any
I
kind of
guess.
magical.
Well, who's making the roll? That's what I need to know.
Can we not just both look at it?
Well, it's if you're both looking
Can I-
at it, then you help each other.
Right.
Right.
Let's
Can
help
I
each other.
investigate it?
I don't know if
alongside
we would
them
help
doing a
each
magical
other.
look? Oh, that's true.
Maybe it's competitive looking though. It's like
Yeah, we want to see who's looked best.
Right. Okay. Whatever. Just for future, people aren't supposed to
I've made
do
a
the
roll.
same checks. You're supposed to one person does them and then you can help.
Yeah.
That's the way that checks are supposed to work. But whatever, you can do them separately this time.
I mean, we
I
could
just want
say
to
it's
see
helping.
who does it better.
Just roll your effing dice.
I did.
Oh,
I wanted
you
to
did it a
have
lot
faith.
better.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cecilia, you
my
suck. Your
It
God.
eyes
wasn't a
fall
natural
out.
20. It was a total 20. A dirty 20, if you
No,
will.
that's only on that one that your eyes fall out. Sorry. Okay. With a 20,
Close.
these sculptures, they have a certain. I mean, with an Arcana of 20, I assume nobody has detect magic, right?
I do.
Are you going to ritually
In that
cast
case,
detect
you
magic?
learn less information.
I mean, as far as I'm aware, I don't have to.
What?
But I could.
I mean, you do. Okay, whatever. Between all the things
I've got it as a lineage thing.
Right,
Anyway.
okay. Between all the things that you have, it's abjuration magic that is on these statues that is warding things away from their location.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I assumed.
That makes
Hmm.
perfect sense.
Yeah, makes them want to not be here. Easiest way to keep something away: convince it doesn't want to be here.
How big are
Well-
these statues?
They're carved into the tree, and they're about
Oh, okay.
12 inches tall.
Right, so they're part of the tree.
Yeah, they're like carved out of the tree.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Were you thinking
While
of
we're
looting,
walking in the day.
I was thinking, oh, we could take one with us, but if it's part of the tree, no, that'll ruin the magic if it has to be connected to the tree. So
I think while
Of
we're
course,
walking
you'd
during the day,
think of doing that.
Yeah. While you're walking through the day, yes,
Fiend
Fiend.
would start a conversation about these the singing that we've been hearing in the night. So has anyone else we've all heard the singing, right?
Yeah.
yeah, quite clearly.
The singing? Was I singing in my sleep again?
No.
No, it wasn't.
No, it
you
wasn't you
time.
this time.
Oh, okay.
Stare each other.
Yeah,
Fiend's
stare
quite
at each
upset that we
other.
said they're both the same thing, I think.
10 just says it was in Tay, the Fey language.
Yeah, I do that sometimes too.
Right.
I was singing
It
that
also
sometimes.
wasn't coming from you.
Did you understand it?
Oh yes. I did tell you what they said.
Right. So
Come to my pool for a nice
I
bath
forgot
and a
that-
lot
yeah,
of
you
food.
said that, right. I forgot
It'll be
you
a
did
nice
tell us.
time.
Didn't have a good
That
sleep
doesn't
that
work on me in the cities anymore. It's not going to work on me out here.
night.
You don't
My
think
pool,
the
have some
druid
food.
heard that as well?
It's a possibility,
Is a
but
druid
it's,
dumb enough to go to it?
as I was about to follow up with, it's a possibility, but it's doubtful.
Yeah.
They've more than likely seen that trick enough times to not fall for it.
Can I just confirm, Hog, did the Frave tell us that they had confirmation that Lutiniacs had been past this Barrow of the Forgotten Night that you mentioned earlier? Or was that just that's
You
on the
haven't
way?
heard any confirmation of that.
No.
That's the direction that they
Okay.
gave you.
Right, okay. That was just the direction. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if what they said was like
The way
that's
the
the last time we
Waystone
heard
is
of him, or
what they know is that the Waystone that is supposed to be faulty is past the Barrow of the Fallen Knight.
right, okay. Okay. Yeah.
And that's probably the best place to start looking for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. So, you are staying on the path.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
fine. You continue about your merry way. I want to draw. I don't want to move the cross. Why is it selected? I don't want this. I need to draw my lines. Thank you. Boop. So, you do your rest. Are you going to continue to do watches through the nights? Because now that you know that the path is warded.
Yes.
Yeah, I still
Yes.
Yeah.
I wanna hear the thing and stuff. I wanna know if anything like that
Okay.
changes.
Then roll me up.
See no
some,
reason not to.
roll me up some watches, please.
Okay. Total of
20.
Mm.
With a 20, what you can see is ahead of you along the path. You can see that the trees start to change. They aren't this just straight tall like conifer kind of vibe. They become much more gnarly, and like there's lumps on them, and the branches are a bit more misshapen, and they are more irregular in their shape.
okay.
And you
We should
also
definitely
would
think
see that the
smartly.
lights that are going between those trees are very much of a different color. So the lights in this part of the forest, they tend to just be like kind of a white light. The ones in here, they are skewed more to dark greens and dark purples. And some dark reds, probably.
Mm. Certainly something to watch out for. Well, when the time comes, he'll pass that information on to the next watch.
Mm-hmm.
And he will also iterate that he's not having that good of a feeling about what's up ahead.
I think after the boarding of the thingies, Fiend's gonna stop taking the watch with Cecilia and might actually take the watch with Seal instead.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Okay, Cecilia,
Wow.
don't break anyone's heart. With an 18, yeah, you would see the same thing that 10 has seen up ahead.
Mhm.
And there was also less lights as well. That's the other part of it.
Okay. Good to know.
Next!
Oops. Ignore that.
You dissonant
Just
whispered.
Mate.
Dissonant whispered Cecilia.
Ah! There's whispers.
That's my perception.
I'm on a roll. That ruins my nat 20 streak though.
Okay. With a 25,
Darn.
you can see the forest ahead is quite different. And with a 25, I would say as well, you can see that the warding like statues, they seem to be less regular into the wood ahead.
Hmm. It looks like the protection we have had so far is not going to extend forever. There is a sparsity to the statues going forwards.
It would seem so.
Okay. You complete your rests. So I will require my survivally roll
Oh yes.
Oh,
and the
roll
weather.
today.
Oh, I'm unstoppable.
Okay. You're able to stay on the track.
I tell everyone about the sparsity of statues.
Handy to know.
We just need to keep our guard up.
They're staying just as alert. Oh, by the way, I made more good breeze.
Oh, wonderful.
Hooray!
Okay. You head out into the forest after your breakfast. Like I said, it's pretty quick that the landscape changes. It's no longer that sort of high, like moss all over the floor, the paths being very sort of smoothish, and the trees being these conifers. You're now into there's more willows and there's more sort of gnarly oaks about the place. They're still as giant as the other trees, but they're just different kinds of trees. The path becomes more twisting around the roots of these, and the statues also, like I said, they're less frequent. So it's kind of instead of every one, there's every other one. As you're going along this path as well, I would like you to make me a perception check, everybody. Also, I will note that none of you heard the singing any.
Oh,
Mhm.
interesting.
Because I didn't include
Since
that.
we've gotten further from the lake.
That's a good point. I got a natural 20.
Okay. With a natural 20,
It was
I mean,
still lower than what Seal rolled, though.
yes.
And lower than I roll.
No, 22 is higher than what you rolled, Em. 22 is a bigger number than 21.
Oh, right, because you +2.
Also, you can just look at the
I
numbers.
forget that you have a modifier.
You can look at the number I wrote down.
So, Bean and Steel, as you're walking along this path, you will notice a decent ways off the path, but you will see that there is a circle of mushrooms. Probably about 100, 150 feet off the path, but you can see it in the ground. The ground as well is much more uneven, and it's like grasses. There's some more water around the place as well, like around the willows. But this circle of mushrooms is on a little elevated area, and you can see that all the grass grows outside the circle, about 150 feet off the path.
Did Tora tell us about how she found a circle of mushrooms before?
I believe so, that she
I
told
think
you
she did.
about her
Yeah.
escapades in the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll do it in character. There is a mushroom circle over there. Does that match the description of what Tora told us about what she found when she was lost in the woods before?
Hog.
Gwen.
Would I know exactly what this is?
You can certainly make a nature or religion or history check. And the DC will be appropriate to your character.
I mean, it doesn't matter which of them I do, so let's go nature.
13? Yes. You will know that this
Wait.
is...
Okay. No, yeah, it's fine.
You will know that this is a fairy circle. And generally, fairy circles are places of transportation or transposition. They move you about.
Would I know that there's usually a little furry guy living here?
You would be aware that there are usually guardians of them, yes.
Okay. Because I know Tora met one before, right? The Escher?
Tora met one, met an Escher, yes.
Yeah. So, she found a circle and met a little guy that gave her, the deal to get her back.
Mm-hmm.
Do you share this information with everybody else?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
How far off the path is this?
About 150 to 200 feet.
Okay, so pretty far off.
I personally want nothing to do with this.
Yeah, they're usually fine as long as you don't go near them.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like our business.
I am happy to not go near it. Unless we see, a scrap of a cloth from a druid outfit near it, in which case, shit.
Make
But
up
if we do not see that, then...
No, wait, you rolled 24.
But I do not think I see that, so it is no concern of ours.
Yes, I think for now we move on.
I'm making a perception check.
Oh.
Good.
Oh, Jesus.
Very
You make a
good.
big perception check.
Good.
Hey,
Good.
hey, folks. You ever feel like you're being watched?
I feel something right now.
All the time.
Really
I just
closely.
go, as we're walking past, I go, So we can stop by, Escher friend.
The little guy's just staring at us.
From a tree, just like binoculars.
Yeah.
Gets their little sewing kit out, starts sewing a little druid outfit.
Oh no.
They would have come if there was a druid outfit.
Noted for
Yeah,
next
they
time.
take a note.
Not the Ash is the druid.
Noted.
Yeah, so you carry on your day, ignoring my perfect fairy circle trap, and you make it to next place you are gonna camp. Actually, no. This would happen. This would be before. So, yes, this is before you get to the camp. It is nearing the end of your day of travel. It is getting quite gloomy. Ahead of you, you will see that there is a very large mound in front of you, like probably again like 200 feet away from you. It looms, and you can see that there are very few trees here. It isn't it's kind of cleared, and you can see that there is sort of a purplish haze around it.
Huh.
Worrying.
Oh. This must be the mound they talked about.
You think this is the barrow?
That's some bullshit going on right there.
Yes, there's something going on there, but at least I think we're on the right track.
Do we go have a look?
We skirt round it upon the path, or does the path go straight up to it?
Well, the path goes straight to it.
Oh.
Does the path go like straight to it and end, or does it look like it goes past it?
It goes
going
basically
to it.
to the bottom of the hill, and then it goes around it. Carry on.
Right.
Okay.
So it's not the end of the road.
It's not the end of the road, no, but this is the landmark that you were given, the Barrow of the Fallen Knight.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it seems that I have taken us the right way, if nothing else. This is
Yes.
a very interesting place.
So what did they say
Well, then.
before? After we got here, where did they say the Druid would have gone?
They said
north
the
from
wasteland
here.
would be about 1 day's travel from here.
Right, 1 day's travel north from here. Okay.
It is,
Perhaps we should.
what is this purple haze?
That's an excellent question. Perhaps we can figure that out while we also figure out, if there's any signs of anyone having been here in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, we should
Yes.
have a look around.
I can search for signs of people being here. Someone more knowledgeable about these kind of matters can
Okay,
determine what
so
this may
Yes.
fr-
Yes.
from
You
bef-
look for people. I'll.
No, go ahead, damn it.
And I can see if I can put my mind to this haze.
Okay, so before you go down into where the barrow is and the purple haze, I will need you to make your perception check. Nemeth, I will need you to make me a medicine or a nature check, your choice. And what is everybody else doing?
I was gonna try and help Tin, but
Yeah.
I don't think I could do shit to help that. If that's what it's about.
Well, you can try something else.
It's true. I guess I could try like a religion check, maybe?
Yeah?
See if
17
religion
nature.
talks about this.
Okay, you can do religion. With a 17, let's do with a 15 perception. The 15 perception you will notice that there's lots of growths on the plants that are in here, and by the barrow you can see that there are two quite large trees that are covered in this sort of purple fungal growth, I guess. I mean, from you're not close to it, so you can't actually tell if it's fungus, but it's like growths all over a tree, so you can assume that it might be. But you will need to inspect it to find out what it is. With a 17 in nature, you would know that this sort of haze is most likely some sort of it's like spores from plants or from mushrooms.
Mhm.
It's
That's what I
probably
thought.
not lethal, but it indicates that there is some sort of large thing going on here.
All right. 10 will share that information with everybody.
As will I.
Can I form my cloak of many fashions into a cloak that has like a face mask attached to it? I will do that and pull that over my face to
Yep.
try and breathe in none of these spores.
That seems like a good idea.
10 will take a torch out and light it.
Boom!
Kaboom! Yeah, no, you're fine.
All the spores explode.
Yeah, that is a possibility.
Do you head into the mist?
No time like the present.
I will have
walk
a
into it.
rag over my face as well.
Okay. So now, I
No.
do not think that we have enough time for what is about to happen.
Mhm.
Risk
Because
of
I will
fire,
need
though.
you all to be rolling initiative, but I think that it's much better that I make you roll initiative at the start of next session.
Mhm.
Sure.
We
As
get a little tease.
the party descends into this purple haze, and you see that almost instinctively as you enter into the purple haze, you will see all of these little plants and growths all over the place start to move towards you. And you can see that the trees, as you enter it, that are by the barrow, they creak and groan and let out a very wooden but still quite wet, like gurgling roar.
Oh dear.
Throw the rabbit jam at them.
Angry trees.
And that is where we will end
No
today's
swigging.
session.
Dun,
Good
dun,
sesh.
dun.
We almost got to where I thought we would get to. Almost.
Well, yeah, we had,
Yeah.
as Nemeth said, Theo's philosophy hour. So.
We did, yeah.
Do you think we were gonna get this combat done today?
I think you were going to get this combat done today, yes, but not in half an hour, no.
This is what happens, Hog. If you give us some random guy to talk to who happens to be a priest,
Yeah, no.
then shit happens.
I
Just
Guy
no,
I
actually,
was
just
looking for. I was told about him.
I enjoy it.
yeah.
Random guy. It wasn't like the Squid Ink interlude.
Holy fuck.
Hey, those are great Squid Ink pens.
Squid
okay?
interlude.
Wonderful pens.
Yeah, so I'm going to send these lovely people off on their merry way. Thank you all very much for playing.
Thank you for running as always.
Yeah, good session.
Very nice. God, it's nice having actual paper to write on.
Crazy, isn't it?
It's crazy.
Okay, I will go and send
Crazy.
these lovely people on their way. I'm back in a little bit. I did it again. I did it again, everybody. I made the thing make the noise. That's the problem with me changing things. I honestly kind of looking forward to when I don't have Nitro. I could just turn that off, I guess, but... we are going to go and raid Lucy. Have I got that right? I believe I have. And here's some raid messages. And I shall see you all tomorrow for a game that I haven't decided yet. But thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you had a good time. The VOD should be up when YouTube and Twitch cooperate with each other. Which is infrequent at best. But yeah. Thank you all so much. And bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. I need my tea. I'm so hungry. That's why the raid is going very quickly. Bye, everybody.